Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Bismillah, alhamdulillah, wassalatu wassalamu rasulillah. Questioner today asks, how can I build a better understanding of sexuality and sex as part of my recovery from porn addiction? It is a very interesting question. Sexuality is very, very complex. Depends on the questioner, is a woman or a man. For a man, it is complex, yet it is, to an extent, a bit more linear. For a woman, it is very complex and it is not linear. It is multifaceted, multidimensional. That's how Allah created them. So it is quite complicated. The way men see sex and the way women see sex, even though there are some parallels, in general, everything in our psychology and our physiology are very different, as Allah tells us in the Quran. So to build a healthy understanding of sex and sexuality, we have to understand first and foremost the purpose of intimacy. And the purpose of intimacy is for procreation, no doubt, but also for pleasure. Actually, it's a parallel. It's a coexistence of two objectives. Islam is not like Christianity where it's only for, the Catholics would have it that it's only for procreation. It's a sin to desire. No, Allah has given us the satisfaction of the shahawat and desires through something that is halal. Through something that is halal. So you have to understand that. That's it. It's like Allah tells you, put your desires in the right place. And that's what Allah tells in the Quran, to come to the cultivating place as we want. Right? There's no restriction other than one or two. And that's pretty much it. So a man can enjoy and have a very varied or multi-dimensional understanding of things, right? It's not like just one way and that's it. No, alhamdulillah, there's a lot of greatness and goodness in understanding sex and sexuality. There's pleasure, there is intimacy, there is love and kindness, emotions, passion. There is children and procreation, family. There's connection, bonding. There's partnership. There's, it's a therapeutic, stress release. It's ibadah, man. SubhanAllah, imagine that's ibadah. You make dua before you penetrate. It is amazing. It's just so dimensional. And we have to embrace that. Sexuality has always been a very, very beautiful thing within Islam, as long as it's done within the halal things and within the limits of the Sharia, of course. So a person needs to understand Islamically. There are, alhamdulillah, a lot of scholars have spoken about the fiqh of intimacy and marriage and so on. It seems though that in the 21st century, even though it's such a sexual world, that the Muslims are holier than thou type of syndrome, and they always pull back. And it kind of leads people, young men and women, to look on Google, to look in pornography, to look into these things, because we have locked the doors of halal and opened the doors of haram. Wallahu a'lam.